Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another market update. This month, we're doing the month of May. Obviously, we're in June right now. Um, yeah, for those first tuning in, I'm Tom Moore. I'm a realtor here in Halifax. We do one of these a month, and our channel also covers just a lot of stuff that goes on in and around Halifax, neighborhood driving tours, neighborhood tours, things like that. So if you're thinking about making a move here, then be sure to follow and subscribe. And then obviously for folks that are more familiar with the market, these videos can be quite helpful because as you'll see, what we tend to ask people who are tuning in for the first time, stick around for the first couple slides here. We've got Bedford that will kind of basically show you what is going on for the entirety of the slideshow. Okay, I just got a new update with Windows, so I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. Or with my Apple computer, my Mac. So basically what we'll do, check out Bedford, and then along the bottom of the scroll bar there, you'll be able to jump to whatever neighborhoods or areas that you are interested in. It can be helpful for sellers to kind of have an idea for what they're looking at potentially, or what's going on around them. And then for buyers, obviously, in terms of figuring out what they are, what the price points are kind of averaging and what the activity is like in the areas that they're interested in. Okay, so once again, if you do have, problem here. There we go. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. There's my email there, contacts in the information below. And also, we do have a chat GPT that has been kind of structured around basically this entire channel that I'll put a link to down below. But without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so up first, we got Bedford, Nova Scotia. As you'll see here, we've got blue numbers, which is last month. So that's April for the entirety of this slideshow. Black numbers are what happened in May. So this just allows you to kind of see what's kind of going on month to month. Obviously, right now we're in June. We're pretty much at the very peak of the market in terms of activity. So that means the most buyers, most sellers. From here on out, we'll start a slow trajectory back downwards, bottoming out around December and January. So up first, we got 40 total sales, staying the same. Obviously, very self-explanatory. 6 days on market. This basically, 6 is pretty quick. That signifies, I would say, a seller's market for sure. When we start, 6 is pretty much as low as it'll get. 5, maybe you'll see occasionally. That means that pretty much things are coming on the market and they're getting gobbled up very, very quickly. When we start seeing 2 weeks, things like that, we start to see a bit more of an opportunity for buyers to negotiate. Showings per listing is the next number there. That's how many groups, people, whatever, are going through, kind of hitting that lock box, and before the property basically sells, goes under contract. So 7.3 is pretty good. Bedford, normal number there. New listings, obviously very self-explanatory there. We saw 72. Sale price, list price percentage. This is basically if the house was for sale for $1, it would have sold for $99.03. Or I guess $99.30. This is, we would consider this to be a seller's market. When we get down to that 97 area, maybe even parts of 98, we can start to see it become a little bit more of a buyer's market. But once we're above that, generally, we're seeing multiple offers in some houses and slightly under asking on other houses. Monthly comparison, we've got 2 here. Several of the neighborhoods will have both the single family and the condos. Same thing for both, obviously different categories. So the single family monthly comparison, we got 770,000 essentially. This is an overarching number, right? On Bedford, you've got things like Shore Drive. They're going to get multi-million-dollar oceanfront homes there. And then there's other parts of the neighborhood where it's a little bit more affordable. Again, this is just to give you a general idea for the overall area in terms of what prices are doing. Price per square foot, we've got $297 per square foot. I know there's other individuals that look at this in terms of square meters, but you'll have to do some dividing, as they say. All right, condo side of things, 443, staying relatively the same there. And again, with these numbers, you'll see that there can be very drastic changes in numbers. Single family went up 100 grand. It's not like, the property market has gone up 100 grand in a month. But that's where some of that data can kind of get a little skewed, basically based on what's sold. Condo price per square foot, we saw $374. Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, about an hour and 15 away down the South Shore, kind of the hub of the South Shore. 10 total sales versus 18 last month. 7 days on market, really speeding up compared to that month we had in the month on market that we had in April. 3.5 showings per listing. New listings 24. Sale price list price percentage up to almost 100%. Monthly comparison for single family up 30K to 401,000, 402,000, we'll call it. Price per square foot was 217, down from 240 in April. Clayton Park and Rockingham, just off the Halifax Peninsula. The Halifax Peninsula, for those who are not familiar, is that island that I refer to. That's, I guess, the term, the geographical term for where Halifax actually is, kind of like with Vancouver, how the city's kind of on its own little island that's connected to the rest of the province. 31 total sales, 8 days on market, up from 6 last month. 6.4 showings per listing, 50 new listings, and the sale price list percentage dropped a little tiny bit to 98.7%. I'd still consider that to be a seller's market. Single family month comparison, we saw it at 718,000. Price per square foot up $20 to $303. Condo monthly comparison, 427,000. Price per square foot for condos, 322, down from 333. Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, total sales is 25, days on market 10. Showings per listing, always packing a good punch here. 9.1 showings per listing. New listings 26. Cole Harbour, sale price list percentage at 101.1%. I mean, what can you say about Cole Harbour other than the fact that it always seems to have a lot of people walking through there, and the properties seem to go over asking quite often. So single family month comparison, this explains it a bit. 510,000. So, here, Sackville, a couple other spots are going to be some of the cheaper single family homes you can get. And you're really only 20 odd minutes to downtown with no traffic. Price per square foot, 280. Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Yeah, I've talked about Dartmouth ad nauseum. Total sales, 64. Days on market, 7. Showings per listing, 8.9. New listings, 91. And the sale price list price percentage stayed the same at 100%. Single family side of things, we saw 575. Price per square foot, 294. Condo monthly comparison, 493,000. Price per square foot, $414. 11 total sales. Days on market is 10. Showings per listing 4.2. New listings 8. Sale price list price percentage 97.2%. That's just getting into that. I'm sorry. When we're talking about downtown, obviously we're only doing condos here. We're looking at that almost being a buyer's market there at 97.2%, I would say. Condo side of things down pretty good here. 547,000, and the price per square foot, 564. I would say that, with downtown, you've got some very nice condos. The cheaper condos, depending on where you're looking, you always want to watch for those condo fees, those strata fees. They can get quite high in some of the older buildings. So, you don't want, you want to be doing your financial calculations with that in mind. Some of those buildings, you've got $1,000 a month for strata fees. You can find some that are obviously cheaper. Particularly newer buildings tend to be a more manageable condo fee, but something to keep in mind when you're shopping for condos in Halifax. Eastern Passage and Cow Bay, 26 total sales, 7 days on market, 9.1 showings per listing, new listings 34, sale price to list price percentage 100%, down from 107.6%. That's one of the highest. That's one of the highest stats like that I think I've ever seen, is 107. I think actually out here like a year or two ago, it was like 114 or something crazy. But it's the military One of the military areas is the Eastern Passage. So if all of a sudden there's a ton of traffic looking to live there, you can see how that would affect that demand out there. And it's a very, one of the more affordable areas in Halifax. So probably, again, 20, 25 minutes, no traffic to downtown. Or you can take the ferry over, which is a very East Coast thing to do. Okay, single family, 504,000. Price per square foot, 315 over 294 in the month of April. Eastern Shore and Lawrencetown, 17 total sales, 4 days on market. That is, we are creeping in. People are looking for cottages, clearly. Uh, Showings per listing, 5.8. New listings, 22. Sale price list percentage, 100%. That's a very good month to sell in the Eastern Shore of Lawrencetown. Monthly comparison, we saw it at 590,000. Price per square foot, 264 over 285. Enfield, Nova Scotia. A lot of building going on out here. Just out past the airport. Bit of a farther drive, probably about 40-ish minutes. 27 total sales, 22 days on market. Showings per listing 5.2, new listings 41. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw at 99.3% over 100%. Single family monthly comparison, 555,000. Price per square foot up about $10 to $288 per square foot. All right, Fall River, Nova Scotia, beautiful kind of lakefront living, big lots, tree lots. A little bit older houses. You're not going to find too many new builds out there. Actually, there's one area that you will. Then those go for right around $1 million, and they're nice, big new builds on good lots. Okay, 15 total sales, 29 days on market, 7.2 showings per listing, 23 new listings. Sale price list percentage 98.7%. Monthly comparison 808 or 809,000. Up from 728,000 in April. Price per square foot, $303 a square foot. Hammonds, Plains, and Lucasville, 19 total sales, 23 days on market. Showings per listing is 5, new listings 31. Sale price list price percentage, pretty darn balanced here, 98.4%. We're right at that sweet spot, basically. Monthly comparison, 850,000, we'll call that single family side of things, up from 770, which is honestly a little uncommon. Usually that hovers right around that 750, 780 mark. Obviously we had 19 total sales, so there's some stuff that was dragging that price point up. Price per square foot, $319 per square foot. North End Halifax, 19 total sales, 6 days on market, 5.4 showings per listing. New listings is 22. Sale price to list price percentage, 98.4%. Single family side of things, 600,000. Price per square foot, 443. Condo side of things, 532.5, up from 426. And the price per square foot up almost $50 to $494 square foot. Sackville Beaverbank, one of our areas that gets the most activity when we do this. It's probably a little bit too big, but we've been doing it for years, so why not continue? Total sales 55, 9 days on market, 8.4 showings per listing. A lot of traffic through there. Very similar to Cole Harbour. 89 new listings. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw at 100.7%, just up 0.7 from April. Single family side of things down to 531,000 from 555. Price per square foot was 286. Spryfield and Armdale, kind of two separate areas. Armdale kind of curls along the ocean there, and Spryfield is a little bit further back towards the land. 44 total sales, 6 days on market, staying the same as April. Showings per listing, 7.2. New listing 63. Sale price list price percentage 100%, staying the same. Single family side of things dropped about 40K to 500. We'll call that 600,000. Price per square foot was 298. It's now 290. Condo side of things down about $30,000 to 402.5. Price per square foot for the condos was $291. And again, with condos in Armdale and Spryfield, you can get some cheaper stuff, but you can also get some really expensive stuff that's right up on the water there too. Total sales 5 days on market versus 18 for the south end of Halifax. This is our highest priced area. Geez, that is a speedy sale price for the south, or days on market for the south end. Showings per listing 4.6, new listings 31. Sale price to list price percentage 99.2%. Monthly comparison, single family side of things 1.33, up from 1.12. Price per square foot 424, down from 504. And the condo side of things 552, down from 577. Price per square foot for the condos was 600. It's now 540. So sure, this is another cottage area. Beautiful in the summer here. 16 total sales, 31 days on market, up from 13 last month. Interesting. Showings per listing at 3.4. So, keeping it pretty low there. 37 new listings, up from 27. Sale price to list price percentage, 97.5%. Monthly comparison, single family, 585,000. Price per square foot, 348, up from 303. Sydney, Nova Scotia, capital of Cape Breton Island, we'll call it. 19 total sales, 5 days on market. Showings per listings 5.6, new listings 46. Sale price list percentage 99.9%, down from 101.3. Monthly comparison, single family is 350, up from 237 in April. Price per square foot was 187 versus 168 in April. Tantallon, Hubley, 15 total sales, 6 days on market. Showings per listings 5.9, 31 new listings. Sale price list price percentage 100%. Monthly comparison, we saw 760,000, up from 757. So not much, staying pretty much the same. Price per square foot went up $25 to $300 square foot. Timberlea and Beechville, 22 total sales, 7 days on market. Showings per listing was 7.5, new listings 27. Sale price to list price percentage 100.7%, up from 100 even. Monthly comparison was 550,000 single family, and the price per square foot was $295. $16 total sales, 11 days on market. Showings per listings 4.6, 35 new listings. Sale price to list price percentage 98.6%. Monthly comparison is 305,000, down from 350. This is Truro, so this is an hour away, kind of towards New Brunswick, divided highway, very easy to travel. Price per square foot 189, down from 225. West End Halifax, 17 total sales, 4 days on market, 7.3 showings per listing, 24 new listings. Sale price to list percentage 100.4%. And yeah, the West End packing up a bit of a punch. I think there's a lot of families that are moving here because of the school zones. And it's a cheaper price point than the South End, but you're still close to downtown. North End, we've actually seen crazy price growth there as well. Anything on the peninsula, realistically. Single family side of things, 835,000. Price per square foot was 461. It's now 498. Windsor, Nova Scotia, our last area. Again, about an hour away, divided highway up towards the valley. Smaller town, probably the smallest area we cover during this video. 21 total sales, 25 days on market versus 6 last month. Showing for listing 4.6, 41 new listings, and sale price to list price percentage, we saw it at 97.2%. Monthly comparison for the single family is 425,000. Price per square foot, 283. Okay, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick little market update here. Once again, I'm Tom Moore. If you've got any questions whatsoever about this presentation, any other presentations, or looking for a bit more data, then feel free to reach out. Other than that, we will see you in the next video. And yeah, have a good one.